History has taught us a brutal lesson. Wars are often won not by weapons, but by money. Let's travel back to June 1941. When Hitler's forces stormed into the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin found himself fighting two enemies at once. The first was Nazi Germany. The second, and perhaps more dangerous, was his own crumbling economy. The timing couldn't have been worse for the USSR to enter a major conflict. Their ambitious industrialization project was far from complete. The population was already facing widespread starvation after years of brutal policies. And critically, every factory, every farm, every resource was under the absolute control of the state. Think about it. Capitalist countries could, in a way, get richer by waging war as their industries boomed with government contracts. But for the Soviets, it was the exact opposite. They had to systematically make themselves poorer just to have a chance to fight. How on earth did they manage it? Stalin's first move was to turn the entire economy into a soldier. He issued a simple, ruthless command. Everything for the front. Factories that once made kitchen pots and pans were instantly converted to produce tanks and shells, while the people in the cities starved. The army's rations and supplies grew. In a staggering shift, more than half of the country's entire gross domestic product was diverted directly to the war effort. His second move was to use people like fuel for the war machine, with millions of men sent to fight. Who was left to run the factories? The answer was everyone else. Women, the elderly, even children were pushed into grueling factory work. Working hours doubled, sometimes stretching to 12 or 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And what about wages? Forget Italiano. The currency was worthless. People were given bread cards, but even those were often not enough to prevent starvation. The human cost was immense. The third, and perhaps most crucial move, was getting help from an unlikely ally, America. The Lend-Lease program became the Soviet Union's lifeline. Thousands of American trucks, locomotives, and fighter planes flooded into the country. Canned meat, nicknamed Roosevelt's eggs, fed the Red Army. Vital raw materials like steel and rubber kept the war machine running. Stalin would never publicly admit how critical this aid was, but the truth is clear. Without it, the Red Army might never have reached Berlin. The result of this all-out effort was a victory in 1945. But it was a victory that felt like a defeat. Cities lay in ruins. Tens of millions were dead. The economy was shattered beyond recognition. The Soviet Union had won the war, but in the process, it had lost almost everything. It's a chilling reminder that when a country is forced to live only for war, the peace that follows can be just as deadly. And this story did end in 1945. The true bill for this victory would come due during the Cold War. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into history.